Question 1. Rona is very adventurous outside, Lewis is not. Am I more like Rona or like Lewis? And the answer is I'm far more like Lewis, and certainly even as a child I wasn't really an outdoorsy person. I loved to be sitting inside and reading a book. I remember being on holiday in Cornwall, my whole family got out the car and said, right, we're going on a healthy cliff top walk. And I said, I'll just stay here and read. And I sat in the car for 2 hours reading my book while they all went on a walk. So yes, I'm afraid I'm far more like Lewis than like Rona. Question 2. Are Windfall Forest and Lancroft based on real places? Yes, they are. I was certainly inspired by the Rocky Murchis estate, which is up in Aviemore, and it's in a very beautiful part of the world in the Highlands. So yes, that was an inspiration for me. Question 3 is, Rona says some really funny things like bahookie and gowping. Why does Lewis not speak in the same way? The answer to that is that Rona, who was brought up in East End of Glasgow, has a very strong Glaswegian accent and dialect, and she uses these words frequently in conversation, whereas Lewis was brought up in Glasgow's southside suburbs, and he went to a private school, so he speaks differently, and I wanted that reflected in the words they use. Numpty is one of my favourites. Question 4 is, did I always want to be a writer? And the answer to that is yes. From a very young age I was keen to be a writer, but it took me a very long time to actually get round to it. So don't be like me, get started now and keep writing. Question 5 is, why did I pick unicorns? And the answer to that is I discovered that unicorns are Scotland's national animal, and that made me really want to write about them. I wanted to find out what that was all about. Why did Scotland have a mythical creature as a national animal? And that began this whole story of Guardians of the Wild Unicorns. Question 6 is, the characters all seem real. Did I base them on people I know? Well, yes, probably. I've been a teacher for about 30 years, so I know a lot of children. I've known a lot of children, and probably I've based them on children that I knew. I might think I'm using my imagination, but it's all what's in here, isn't it? And that's probably memories as well as everything else. So yes, and teachers as well. They're probably based on people I knew too. Question 7 is that the unicorns' names have meanings. Do the other characters' names have meanings too? I chose the human characters' names really for their Scottish flavour rather than the meaning of the name. Though I found out later that Rona's name means powerful, which I think is quite appropriate because she's a very strong character.